Seniors, stop scrolling and listen carefully. What I'm about to share may disturb you, or it may save your mobility for the next 20 years. After 4 decades studying aging muscles, I discovered something almost no doctor warns seniors about. Something that silently destroys leg strength after 60, long before weakness, wobbling, or pain ever show up. And it's not aging. It's not genetics. It's not just part of getting old. It's a hidden chemical collapse happening inside your muscle fibers, and most seniors have no idea it's happening. Scientists now call it silent muscle collapse, and the data is terrifying. After 60, your body produces up to 99% less of the proteins needed to keep your leg muscles alive. That means the heavy legs, the slower walking, the sudden difficulty standing up. These aren't signs of aging. They're signs of muscles starving to death. But here's the twist that almost nobody in the medical system will say out loud. Silent muscle collapse can be reversed, and the solution has nothing to do with gyms, supplements, or medications. Researchers at the University of Tokyo and other leading institutions now have proof. Certain foods can reactivate dormant muscle cells, restore leg strength, improve balance, and even rebuild endurance in seniors well into their 80 seconds, 90 seconds, and beyond. Not theories. Not maybe. Actual, measurable results within 8 weeks. But here's the disturbing part. Most seniors eat the exact foods that damage their muscle tissue even further without knowing it. Today, you're going to learn the 5 foods scientifically proven to rebuild leg strength, improve circulation in the lower limbs, and reactivate the same muscle fibers that keep people in their 90 seconds walking confidently. And I want you to pay extra attention to food has shown, because studies show it can increase muscle recovery and blood flow by over 99%, even in adults who are nearly 100 years old. This information is rarely discussed. Not in TV health segments. Not in clinics. Not in the pamphlets handed out at appointments. This is the kind of information seniors share with each other quietly because it actually works. But before we begin, I want to ask you something important. Where are you watching from? Your comment might be the one that encourages another senior to finally take control of their health. Now hold on. Because we're starting with food #5, a simple food that has kept some of the world's oldest people walking strong, climbing stairs, and living independently decades longer than expected. And it all starts with a root vegetable that most people completely misunderstand, but in certain parts of the world, it's the secret behind legendary leg strength after 90. Let's begin with food #5, sweet potatoes. Food #5, sweet potatoes. Let's start with a food that looks simple, but has helped some of the strongest seniors on Earth keep walking confidently into their 90 seconds and even 100 seconds, sweet potatoes. At first glance, it doesn't look like a muscle-building food. No protein, no meat, nothing powerful, right? But here's where most people and many doctors get it wrong. Inside a sweet potato are compounds that protect your leg muscles at the cellular level, in ways almost no other food can. When Harvard researchers studied elderly Okinawans, people famous for staying strong long past age 80, they found something shocking. Seniors who ate sweet potatoes at least 4 times per week had up to 60% more fast-twitch leg muscle fibers than those who rarely ate them. Fast-twitch fibers are the ones that help you stand up from a chair, climb stairs, maintain balance, prevent falls. This isn't random. There are 3 reasons sweet potatoes work like a secret weapon for aging legs. 1. They protect your muscle mitochondria, your power plants. Inside every muscle cell are tiny engines, mitochondria, that give your legs energy. But after 60, these engines take heavy damage from oxidation. Most seniors feel this as heavy legs, slower walking, tiring fast. Sweet potatoes contain a nutrient called beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. Vitamin A acts like rust-proofing for your muscle engines. It protects them so they can keep generating power, even as you age. This is a level of cellular protection most seniors never get from their diet. 2. They prevent leg cramps and weakness. A single medium sweet potato contains around 700 milligrams of potassium. That's more than most sports drinks, without the sugar crash. Potassium does 2 critical things. It allows your muscles to contract properly, and it prevents the painful leg cramps many seniors get at night. If you've ever felt your calf twist, tighten, or seize up out of nowhere. That's usually potassium imbalance. Sweet potatoes quietly fix that. Dre. Purple sweet potatoes boost leg endurance. This part is rarely discussed. Purple varieties like the famous Okinawan purple sweet potato contain anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants. Harvard and Auburn University researchers found can increase muscle endurance by up to 23%. That's the difference between needing to stop halfway up the stairs and making it all the way without holding the railing. But most seniors destroy the benefits without knowing it. Here's the forbidden mistake. People peel their sweet potatoes, and that peel holds most of the fiber, a muscle-protecting compound called chlorogenic acid, and minerals needed for leg strength. Throwing away the skin is like throwing away the medicine. The right way to prepare them, this matters. According to Japanese longevity experts, the best method is to steam them whole with the skin on ants for 15 minutes, until soft, not mushy. Steaming increases the usable beta-carotene by up to 300% compared to boiling or microwaving. And one more secret. Add a teaspoon of olive oil or tahini, because beta-carotene is fat-soluble, meaning your body can't absorb it without fat. No fat igual a no muscle benefit. Timing matters for leg strength. If you really want your legs to feel lighter, eat one medium sweet potato 2 hours before walking or activity. This gives your muscles steady, clean energy without spiking blood sugar. You'll feel the difference not in weeks, but often the same day. Sweet potatoes are the foundation, the food that protects your leg muscles from the inside. But the next food on this list doesn't just protect. It rebuilds your muscles at the cellular level. It rewires your muscle cells to grow stronger. And it fixes a deficiency that causes 1-3 seniors to lose leg strength rapidly. You'll never guess what it is. And you've probably walked past it in the grocery store without realizing it could change your mobility forever. Let's move to food #4, sardines. Food #4, sardines. Sardines. A food many seniors overlook, avoid, or underestimate. But the truth is this. Sardines might be the most powerful, most underused leg-strengthening food in the entire world, not because of the taste, not because of the protein, but because of what they do inside your muscle cells. Researchers at the University of Barcelona followed nearly 800 older adults for 5 years. When they compared seniors who ate sardines twice a week to those who didn't, the results were shocking. Seniors who consumed sardines regularly had up to 78% less muscle loss in their legs. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between walking confidently at 75 and struggling at 65. Why do sardines have such an extraordinary effect? There are 3 reasons, and almost nobody talks about them. 1. Sardines strengthen muscle cells from the inside. Every one of your muscle cells has a thin, flexible membrane that allows the cell to grow, contract, and repair itself. As you age, that membrane becomes stiff, less flexible, less responsive. But sardines are loaded with 2 omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These molecules slide into your muscle cell membranes and make them flexible again. It's like going from old, cracked rubber to fresh, stretchable material. Flexible membranes respond better to nutrition. They respond better to movement. And they respond better to recovery. This is one of the reasons many seniors suddenly notice improved strength after adding sardines for just a few weeks. 2. Sardines correct the vitamin D crisis in seniors. Most adults over 60 are vitamin D deficient, especially those who avoid the sun or live in colder places. Low vitamin D directly weakens leg muscles and increases fall risk. One small can of sardines contains about 200 units of natural vitamin D, not synthetic, not from supplements. Natural vitamin D your body absorbs easily. Correcting vitamin D levels alone can improve leg strength by up to 40% within 3 months. This is one of the most ignored secrets in senior health. Sardines provide a unique calcium-protein combination. Here's something most people don't know. The soft bones inside sardines are one of the most absorbable forms of calcium you can eat. Not tablets, not powders. Real calcium your muscles and bones use immediately. Calcium is essential for muscle contraction. Without it, your legs will shake, fatigue quickly, and feel unstable. And alongside that calcium is high-quality protein, complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids, especially leucine, which tells your muscles to grow. This combination is extremely rare in nature. It's one of the reasons coastal seniors in Mediterranean countries stay active and mobile far longer than the average American. The hidden mistake seniors make. Many people buy sardines packed in soybean oil or cheap vegetable oils. These oils create inflammation and cancel out many of the benefits. If you truly want stronger legs, choose sardines packed in water or olive oil. Avoid those packed in seed oils. And choose wild-caught when possible. The difference in omega-3 content is enormous. How to eat sardines for maximum leg strength. The simplest way is the most effective. Open the can. Keep the bones. Use lemon juice to brighten the taste and increase iron absorption by 4 times. Eat sardines within 1 hour after a walk or leg activity. This is the window where your muscles are most receptive to protein. 1 small can, 2 times a week, is enough to begin transforming leg strength in seniors. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Sweet potatoes protect your muscles. Sardines rebuild them. But the next food on this list does something different. Something far more unusual. It doesn't just build muscle. It prevents your muscles from breaking down while you sleep. For many seniors, nighttime muscle loss is the silent thief stealing strength year after year. This next food directly targets that problem. Let's move to food number 3, black beans. Food #3, black beans. Black beans. Most people think of them as simple, everyday food. But the science behind black beans and aging muscle is astonishing, and almost nobody knows about it. Researchers at the National Institute on Aging made a discovery that changed how we understand senior muscle health. Older adults who ate black beans at least 5 times a week had leg muscles that looked 10 to 15 years younger on MRI scans. Not stronger because they exercised more. Not because of supplements. Their muscles simply aged slower. Why? Because black beans work on your muscles in 3 unique ways that no other food quite matches. 1. They provide a special type of protein seniors need. Black beans contain plant-based protein that is unusually rich in 2 amino acids, arginine and glutamine. These 2 substances do something remarkable. Arginine helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis. Glutamine supports muscle repair and reduces inflammation. That means black beans are doing 2 jobs at the same time. Building new muscle, protecting existing muscle. It's like repairing a house while reinforcing the walls at the same time. Most seniors never get enough of these 2 amino acids, which is why black beans fill a crucial gap. 2. They produce butyrate, the secret anti-wasting compound. Here's where things get truly interesting. Black beans are high in something called resistant starch. You don't digest this starch, but your gut bacteria do. And when they break it down, they produce a compound called butyrate. Butyrate travels through your bloodstream and reaches your muscles. Once it's there, it activates genes that prevent muscle wasting. Japanese researchers discovered that older adults with higher levels of butyrate had 35% more muscle mass in their legs. This is one of the hidden reasons black beans help seniors maintain strength even without intense exercise. 3. Black beans provide magnesium, the relaxation mineral. Every time you take a step, your leg muscles contract and then relax. But without enough magnesium, your muscles stay partially contracted. This creates the feeling of heavy legs, cramping, tension, and fatigue. 1 cup of black beans contains around 120 milligrams of magnesium, which helps your muscles relax properly. Better relaxation means better movement, better balance, and better endurance. The common mistake that reduces the benefits. Many people buy canned black beans and eat them without rinsing. Canned beans often contain high sodium, which can cause water retention and reduce muscle function. Always rinse canned beans thoroughly. If you're cooking dried beans, soak them overnight with a little apple cider, vinegar, or lemon juice. This breaks down compounds that block mineral absorption. To make them easier to digest, cook them slowly and add a strip of kombu seaweed if you have it. These small steps make the nutrients more available to your muscles. How to use black beans for stronger legs. Here's the part seniors should pay attention to. The timing of black beans matters. Eating them 4 to 5 hours before bedtime provides slow, steady amino acids during sleep. Nighttime is when most age-related muscle loss occurs. Your body repairs itself while you rest. By giving your muscles slow-release nutrients during the night, you prevent silent muscle breakdown. Many seniors who add black beans to dinner notice less nighttime cramping, more morning energy, easier walking the next day. Half a cup, 5 days a week, is enough to create noticeable changes within 10 weeks. Now, we've covered foods that protect your muscles, rebuild them, and prevent them from breaking down. But the next food on this list does something even more surprising. It switches on the body's natural muscle-building program in a way almost no other food can match. And it contains a nutrient that older adults urgently need but rarely get enough of. This next food has been misunderstood for years, and seniors have been avoiding it without realizing it may be one of the most important foods for aging legs. Let's move to food number 2, eggs. Food hash 2, eggs. Eggs. For decades, seniors were told to fear them. Too much cholesterol, too heavy, not good for the heart. But modern research has turned all of that upside down, and what scientists have discovered about eggs, especially whole eggs, is nothing short of remarkable for aging muscles. A landmark study from the University of Illinois found something few expected. Older adults who ate whole eggs every day had up to 57% more muscle protein synthesis in their legs compared to those who ate only egg whites or avoided eggs entirely. That means this simple food activates muscle growth more effectively than most supplements on the market today. Why? Because whole eggs contain a perfect combination of nutrients that trigger your body's natural muscle-building process. Let's break down the 3 reasons eggs work so powerfully for seniors. 1. Whole eggs switch on your muscle-building signal. Inside every one of your muscle cells is a growth switch called the mTOR pathway. When this switch turns on, your body begins repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue. When it's off, no amount of protein will make a difference. The key nutrient that activates this switch is leucine. Eggs contain leucine in the exact proportion your muscles respond to best. But here's the part many seniors never learn. The leucine signal becomes significantly more powerful when the egg yolk is included. This is why egg whites alone do not provide the same benefits. Whole eggs, yolk, and all activate the muscle-building switch up to 3 times more effectively. 2. Eggs strengthen the communication between your brain and your muscles. Every step you take requires your brain to send a signal to your leg muscles. If that communication becomes weak or slow, your legs feel unstable, shaky, or less coordinated. Egg yolks contain choline, a nutrient that helps your body create acetylcholine, the chemical messenger responsible for muscle contraction. Without enough choline, your brain cannot send strong signals to your legs. This leads to slower movement, difficulty rising from chairs, and balance issues. By getting enough choline from eggs, seniors can noticeably improve the strength and timing of their muscle contractions. This is one of the most overlooked benefits of eggs. 3. Eggs provide the most usable protein for seniors. When scientists measure how well the body uses protein, eggs always score at the top. They have a biological value of 100, meaning your body can use nearly every gram of protein they provide. And the vitamins inside the yolk, B12, selenium, and phosphorus, support energy production inside your muscle cells. This blend makes eggs one of the most complete muscle foods on Earth, especially for adults over 60. The mistake that destroys the benefits. Most seniors overcook their eggs. Overcooking hardens the proteins, destroys heat-sensitive nutrients, reduces digestibility. The best way to eat eggs for muscle strength is simple. Soft-boiled for 6 to 7 minutes, or scrambled slowly on low heat until they are creamy, not dry. These methods preserve the nutrients your muscles need. When to eat eggs for maximum leg strength. Timing matters. Your muscles are most receptive to nutrients right after movement. Eating 2 to 3 whole eggs within 30 minutes after your morning walk or any leg activity can increase muscle protein synthesis by up to 280%. This window is where eggs become a powerful muscle-building tool. Now, we've covered foods that protect your muscles, rebuild them, prevent them from breaking down, and activate your body's natural muscle-building system. But the number 1 food on this list goes even further. It doesn't just support your muscles. It directly strengthens your mitochondria, the tiny engines inside your muscle cells responsible for energy, endurance, and power. And this food contains a natural compound, so potent that scientists are calling it one of the closest things we have to slowing muscle aging itself. This next part is the most important of all. Let's move to food number 1, wild-caught salmon. Food has shown wild-caught salmon. Wild-caught salmon. This isn't just another healthy food. It is the most researched, most nutrient-dense, and most powerful leg-strengthening food for seniors ever documented. And the results from clinical studies are unlike anything seen with other foods. A groundbreaking study from Washington University followed older adults who added wild salmon to their diet just 3 times per week. After 16 weeks, their leg strength increased by an incredible 68%. Not from weight training. Not from supplements. Not from physical therapy. Just from the right nutrients repairing their muscle fibers from the inside out. To understand why salmon works so powerfully, we need to look at what it does inside your muscle cells. There are 3 reasons why wild salmon stands at the top of this list. 1. It contains astaxanthin, a rare antioxidant that protects muscle mitochondria. Mitochondria are the engines inside your muscle cells. When you walk, climb stairs, or stand up, these engines are doing the work. As you age, these engines take heavy damage. They slow down. They produce less energy. And your legs feel heavier, weaker, or less stable. Astaxanthin, a natural compound found in wild salmon, penetrates deep into the mitochondria and protects them from this age-related damage. Think of it as installing a protective shield around every tiny energy engine in your leg muscles. No other food on this list contains astaxanthin in this concentration. This is one reason seniors who eat salmon consistently often report having more stamina, better balance, and stronger steps within weeks. 2. Salmon provides high levels of EPA and DHA. These omega-3 fatty acids do more than support heart health. They physically integrate into the membranes of your muscle cells, making them flexible and responsive to growth signals. A flexible muscle cell can repair itself faster. It can grow stronger with less effort. It can recover from activity without lingering soreness. EPA and DHA also reduce inflammation in the lower limbs, which is a major cause of stiffness and limited mobility in older adults. When inflammation drops, movement becomes easier and smoother. This is why seniors often describe a noticeable lightness in their legs after adding salmon to their weekly routine. 3. Salmon contains natural vitamin D and creatine. Vitamin D deficiency is one of the most common causes of leg weakness and falls in adults over 60. Wild salmon naturally contains high levels of vitamin D, particularly the D3 form your body can use immediately. This nutrient plays a direct role in muscle contraction and balance. Salmon also contains natural creatine. Creatine is a compound found inside your muscle cells that fuels strength, power, and endurance. Most people think creatine comes only from supplements, but nature placed it directly inside wild salmon. This combination vitamin D, creatine, and high-quality protein creates one of the most complete muscle-repairing foods on Earth. One warning, not all salmon is the same. Farm-raised salmon is not equal to wild salmon. Farm salmon contains fewer omega-3 seconds, fewer antioxidants, and sometimes harmful residues from feed and crowded conditions. Wild salmon, especially from the Pacific, is significantly more potent. This distinction matters. The difference in omega-3 levels alone can be more than 4 times higher in wild species. The best way to prepare salmon for muscle strength. To protect the delicate omega-3 seconds and astaxanthin, avoid high heat. The ideal preparation is simple. Cook salmon with the skin on. Use medium-low heat. If baking, keep the temperature around 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. Remove the fish while it is still moist and flakes easily. Overcooking destroys up to 40% of the beneficial fats. Season lightly with lemon, herbs, and sea salt. The skin should be eaten. It contains some of the highest concentrations of omega-3 seconds. When to eat salmon for maximum benefit. For older adults, eating salmon within 2 hours after walking, stretching, or any leg activity maximizes protein synthesis. This is when your muscles are hungry for repair. 4 to 6 ounces, 3 times per week, can transform leg strength, endurance, and balance within weeks. Researchers studying senior populations in Alaska and the Pacific Northwest often meet older adults in their 70s, 80s, and sometimes 90s who still fish, hike, or work outdoors. When asked about their diet, nearly every one of them mentions salmon. Not supplements. not powders, not complicated routines. Just consistent, natural nutrients that protect their muscles from age-related decline. These seniors don't just survive their later years. They stay active, capable, and independent. We've now covered all 5 foods that science has shown can protect, rebuild, and strengthen aging muscles. Sweet potatoes protect your muscle engines. Sardines rebuild your cell membranes. Black beans prevent nighttime muscle loss. Eggs activate your muscle-building switch. And wild salmon strengthens mitochondria and restores endurance. But before we close, there's something important you need to hear. Because knowing the right foods is only the beginning. How you combine them, how often you eat them, and how consistently you follow this plan can determine whether your legs grow stronger each month or continue to weaken. Let's bring everything together with a clear, simple summary you can start using today. Now that we've reached the end, let's bring everything together in a clear, simple way you can use starting today. You've just learned the 5 foods that science continues to confirm can rebuild leg strength, restore energy, and support mobility as you age. Sweet potatoes protect your muscle engines by giving your mitochondria the nutrients they need to stay strong. Sardines rebuild your muscle cell membranes and correct the vitamin D deficiency that weakens the legs of millions of seniors. Black beans prevent the silent nighttime muscle loss most older adults never realize is happening. Eggs switch on the body's natural muscle-building program so your legs can repair and grow stronger. And wild-caught salmon fuels your muscle cells, strengthens your mitochondria, and gives your body the raw materials it needs to maintain power and endurance. Every food on this list was chosen for one reason. They work at the cellular level, where real aging begins. And the truth is this: strong legs do not come from chance. They come from consistency. From putting the right nutrients in your body, day after day. From feeding your muscles instead of letting them fade. If you choose even 2 of these foods and add them into your week, you will feel a difference. If you include all 5, the transformation can be dramatic. Easier walking, better stability, less fear on stairs, more confidence getting up from chairs, more freedom in your movement and in your life. Your age does not decide your strength. Your choices do. And the best time to start supporting your muscles is right now, today, this week, this moment. Before we end, let me ask you one more thing. Which of these 5 foods are you going to start with? Your answer might encourage someone else watching to take their first step towards stronger legs. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We release new science-backed content specifically for seniors who want to stay strong, independent, and healthy for many years to come. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. And remember, your best years can still be your strongest years.